All right, good morning, traders. Today is September 8th, 2023. My name is John Kerrigan. I moderate the BYOB trading room. All right, so my SPY pivot this morning, 443.90. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All right, SPY, QQQ, and FNGU remain in their daily uptrends with higher highs and higher lows on the daily chart. They did have a pretty good sized pullback yesterday. So some of them have, one of them has a red trend indicator and the other two are still green on the 17 EMA. All right, IWM and Diamond Dow are currently in 1 hour downtrends. Crude oil remains bullish. Look for it to bull flag for a week or two. Anyways, that's what I would like to see it do. UNG is still stuck in the bear flag for about probably 8 months now. Gold and silver, precious metals, are in hourly downtrends. The US dollar index continues to grind higher, reaching highs of around 105. I said above 104.50. I don't know if I can still be bullish on the market. So we'll see what happens here. We've got the dollar grinding up, and we have a bullish MMRP pattern on the SPY that's setting up. So below 443.50 is my breaking point for this MMRP. It would have to recover the following trading day in order for me to get back in it. Like yesterday, we're going to need some help from the FNGU, which is still recovering from the head and shoulders pattern from last month. So, all right, let's go look at some charts. Let's blow this up. All right, so here's SPY on the daily chart, making a higher low right here and a higher high. So we have a daily uptrend. Trend indicator is red from yesterday. We haven't recovered from that. Okay, yesterday's candle, although it is green, it did make a lower high and a lower low. That's not good, but the color's green. That is good. So we'll see what happens if they're going to spin it around here and shoot for higher highs later today. All right, so again, my SPY pivot, 443.90 right there. Okay. Below 443.50, and I'm going to have to exit my bullish MMRP position. So that's on SPY. So now let's go look at QQQ. All right, so here's QQQ on the daily time frame. All right, so now if we see this has a higher low from this low right here, and a higher high, so we are in a daily uptrend. Trend indicator is still green, but the candle made a lower high and a lower low. So we'll see if they're going to spin it around sometime today, or if this is just a pause before they bear flag and then move lower. So there's QQQ. Note that we did make a lower high here. So we have a lower high and another lower high, and we've got a higher low and a higher high from here. So what we have is your basic triangle playing out right here. So we got a triangle there, and we have an uptrend line here. We'll see how long they can hold on to this right there. So we have a triangle wedge playing out. So eventually one of these trend lines is going to dominate the future price action. We'll see which one's going to happen. So there's QQQ. So now let's go look at FNGU. All right, so here's FNGU on the daily chart, and you have the head and shoulders. Here's the neckline for that head and shoulders pattern. There's the left neck, and drag this over to the right neck. So you can see there's the price action coming up to that neckline and getting rejected. So now what we have is another triangle playing out. So we've got just going to connect the dots here. And I'm going to extend the chart to extend this out right there. So we have another triangle playing out here on FNGU. Like to see them get back up on top of this, this neckline right there. So there's FNGU. Notice the higher low and the higher high. So hopefully this is another higher low. We'll see what they want to do today. So that's FNGU. Now let's go take a look at Diamond Dow. And here we are with Diamond Dow putting in a higher low right here and a lower high. So again, another triangle playing out right here. And so what does that tell us? We need more time. So eventually one of these is going to win. We're either going to go into a downtrend or we're going to go into an uptrend. One or the other. But this triangle's got to play out, and it looks like it's got a couple weeks to do that. It may head off and may give us some answers earlier than later. We'll see what they want to do. There's the diamonds. Look for this to possibly trade back up to the upside up here and test this resistance area one more time. So there's Diamond Dow. Let's take a look at IWM. Let's find a cleaner chart. That's a little bit better. All right, so IWM breaking this uptrend line right through here. Here's our uptrend line. And now we have a lower high right there. So IWM in a downtrend. And we have support right here at, this will be major support. We start breaking through the bottom down here, and you know, we're looking at lower lows. So we have a support line right there, and we'll see what happens. Right now we have a head and shoulders pattern setting up. So this would be the neckline from here all the way over to here. So they get below that, and the bearish head and shoulders pattern is triggered and activated for a downside move. Now, I don't know how far they're going to get. They've got a huge base right here. They might get into the middle of that base. They might go all the way to the bottom of that base. We'll see what happens. But if this head and shoulders pattern does activate, we do have a large base down here that's probably about 2 months, maybe 2.5, 3 months long right there. So I don't think they're going to get too far too fast when it comes to a downside move. They're probably going to have to grind this out for at least a month or a couple weeks minimum before moving through the bottom of this base that they've established right here. So there's a broken uptrend line starting a new downtrend. So with a lower high right there. So there's IWM. Now let's go take a look at USO. So let's take a look at crude oil. Crude oil just grinding up higher here, looking good. Personally, I'd like to see a bear flag. Excuse me, I meant bull flag. I'd like to see a bull flag right on top of this minor support. Of course, that was major resistance, and now we've broken through it, so now it becomes minor support. I would like to see crude oil just bull flag on here for a couple weeks. We'll see what it wants to do. Maybe it wants to go higher, but it is definitely in a daily uptrend and an hourly uptrend. There's USO. UNG. All right, UNG is in a huge bear flag that's about 8 months long. You can see here's the hockey stick, comes down, and then you can see the paddle part of the hockey stick right here. Starts off in about February, January, and it just continues all the way into September. So there we are with UNG. Nothing really bullish to report there. Not making any highs or any lows, just kind of hanging out here in the range. So you got a range here, starts off right about 890 or 790, and it runs all the way down to 615, 613 area right there. So there's our range from UNG, just keeps going back and forth. Eventually, there'll be enough consolidation where this will have a breakout. Yes, the hockey stick blade paddle part can become a mine shaft. Just don't know how much lower UNG can go. I mean, it's $6. We're always going to need heating. I just don't know how much lower this could go. I'm sure it could go to zero. I'm sure it could probably even go to negative. We'll see what happens. It's been here for a long, long time. So that's UNG. Now let's go take a look at silver. Take a look at some precious metals. All right, so we got a downtrend, and you can see price action got smacked down by the downtrend. So another wedge playing out here, if you can see it, right through here. All right, so this right here today, this would represent a buying opportunity. So for those of you that like to play longer term, think about that 10-minute trend over VWAP for silver. You are right at the trend line, and see if this is, see if there's a 10-minute uptrend there. You could get in for a possible position move back up to test this trend line again one more time. Test this downtrend line. So here's the triangle playing out on silver. I would look for this. I think there's a bullish move in the future for silver. And let's take a look at gold. So here's gold, and gold just having a bullish pullback here. Currently in a downtrend. Let me move this out of the way. Let's move that all the way out of there. Okay. So here's the move up. And there's, from this position here up to the high. If we push this in here, the quad lines, you can see we are underneath the midpoint. Not even in quadrant 1. That's a bullish sign, but underneath the midpoint is bearish. Underneath this downtrend line, that's also bearish. Trendicator red, that's bearish. Daily chart 3 underneath the 8, that's bearish. And the candles making lower highs, that's also bearish. So everything looking bearish at this time. But all in all, kind of holding in there kind of well. I'd like to see it get back up here at the highs. I like it better when it's leaning on quadrant 4 or the top of quadrant 4. So we'll see what happens with gold. Nice bullish consolidation right there. So eventually this may get a breakout with silver. We'll see what happens. I don't see any sign of it right now. The dollar would have to drop hard, and that would probably trigger gold and silver to get a pop. So there's gold and silver. So now let's go take a look at, let's take a look at the dollar. So here we are with the dollar. Kind of faded back overnight. Now we're back up at 104.99. Same 105 area. So kind of stuck up, kind of working its way up higher. Notice not making really significant higher highs. So this could roll over today. Could roll over Monday. Could bull flag right here. Could go up and just bull flag right on top of support. You now have minor support right here, right above 104.50. So here's some other price action, 104.50 right here. So we've got two tails that stick up, two little hills here that could offer support for a bull flag for DXY. So stronger dollar, not good for our markets. It actually makes our goods and services here in the USA more expensive in the global stage and the global economies. So it makes us very less competitive, and makes it harder for us to make a buck or to get business. So there's DXY. Looking like it's probably going to bull flag or top out here right now. We'll see what happens. So that's DXY. So let's go look at the economic calendar. Today is Friday. All right, we got the Empire State Manufacturing Index coming out in 15 minutes at 8:30. Import-export prices also 8:30, 15 minutes from now. Industrial production 9:15. So that's about an hour from now. And consumer sentiment at 10. Next week, change the time zone. And we're looking at the 11th. Next week, on the 11th, it is a wide open day. Not much happening there except for bill auctions right there. T-notes are going to get auctioned off. Tuesday, not much happening there either. So the first 2 days, so whatever direction we start off in today will probably continue through Monday and Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we got CPI. So there's our inflationary data coming out at 8:30 on Wednesday next week. And then the Treasury, FOMC, is going to make a statement at 2 p.m. So the big day next week is 8:30. So whatever direction we head off into Friday will probably be continued all the way through Tuesday. And probably, up until Tuesday. So we'll see what happens here. On the earnings calendar, the big one coming up is Oracle. Kroger reports this morning. Everybody else is kind of like PT, Indonesia. They're probably going to report either, I don't know, after hours. Who knows when they're going to report because they're probably an ADR, being since they're from Indonesia. So we don't have a report time for them. And on Monday, here's the big one, Oracle. Now, that could rock the markets right there, Oracle. So we'll see what happens on Friday and Monday. So we'll see what happens here. So there's next week. Max Payne for today is, let's refresh it. Make sure we got Max Payne is 445. Isn't that where we are right now? Okay, so put to call ratio is 2-to-1. 2 puts for every call. So they could go after the puts and do a a short squeeze and wipe out the puts. We'll see what happens. If they're going to do it, it's going to go up in the morning. If they're going to do the put squeeze, it's going to go up in the morning and then just keep going all the way till probably noon 30. If they're going to do the put squeeze. If they drop it in the morning, they're not interested in doing the put squeeze at all. There won't be a bear squeeze. All right? There won't be a short squeeze because that'll give them time to get out. That'll give them opportunity to get out on the puts and on the shorts. All right? So if they're going to do the short squeeze, it's going to rock in the morning and it's going to roll till probably noon 30. So there we are there. So now let's go take a look at SMH. Semiconductors, bull flag here, sloppy bull flag, but still in a daily uptrend. Just bull flagging right through here. SMH looking strong. Yesterday was not a great day. You got this gravestone down here, so we'll see what happens, what they want to do with this. Looking for follow through on that. We'll see what happens. Trend indicator turned red. 3 is crossed underneath the 8, and price action is falling below the trend indicator, so not a good sign, but you have a triangle playing out. Just like in some of the other markets, we have a triangle here too. So we'll see what they want to do with this triangle, if they want to shoot through the other side or they want to bounce it back up. So there's SMH. And let's look at XLF. XLF, yesterday's candle puts in a, looks like a weaker high. Let's see what we got here. High for yesterday was 34.38. High for the previous day, 34.39. So basically we got an equal high and a higher low. That's a good sign. Trend indicator red, bad sign. 3 crossing underneath the 8, bad sign. Over the midpoint, that's good. Consolidation triangle, the longer term is bullish. That would be good. Here's your low, here's your uptrend right there, and there's your downtrend right there. So we got a consolidation triangle playing out here. Eventually, one of these two trend lines, one of them's going to win over the future price action. We'll see which one it's going to be. All right. Now let's go look at the transports. Transports had a horrible day yesterday. All right, so you can see here's yesterday back down at the midpoint. And it looks like they are pulling back hard right through there. Still over the midpoint. That's still bullish for me. They should probably need to recover that either sometime today or next week sometime. Need to start working on breaking through this downtrend right here. Because we don't have, if we fail this support right here, this valley, you know, then we're looking at coming back to the base down here. All right. Then you're looking at coming all the way down here, you know, and taking a poke at the lower third of IYT. So that's it, traders. All right, everybody out there in YouTube land, please subscribe to my channel. There is a promo code, and it is TBYOB50. If you'd like to take a trial, it's only $24.50. You do have to put that promo code in. I hope you consider taking a trial if you're out there in YouTube land. And I look forward to seeing everybody this evening at 4 o'clock, where we will do the market wrap-up. In the meantime, everybody just stay safe. Should be a choppy day. If we look at the SPY, we are stuck between the two anchored VWAPs on SPY. So let's take a look in this area right here. One of these has the anchored VWAPs. Not sure which one has it, but we'll find it. Anyway, SPY is between the two anchored VWAPs, and I'll put those in later. All right, so I'm going to take questions for all the people in the room and all you YouTubers. Thank you for listening to my content. I hope you subscribe. I hope you become a member. Have a wonderful day trading.